here it is. New Year's Eve. Or Christmas Eve.
Now, today's edition of The Real Estate Show.
And hello, South Florida. Welcome to the Christmas Eve edition of The Real Estate Show. South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic of, you guessed it, real estate. My name is Eric Willner, and we are here live Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, live here at 5 p.m. So if you're listening to us right at 5 p.m., this is a live show right here. And we are also on 5 different channels, from the AM stations, the FM stations, the apps that you can download for free on your smart device and take us with you on the go, to the website, Automatic Landlord. You want to remember that name, Automatic Landlord, where you can go get all the up-to-date information on the real estate show. And on top of that, we have the 5th way, which is our Facebook Live. If you're on Facebook already, all you have to do is look for The Real Estate Show, and that's as if it was all one word together, The Real Estate Show. Or if you don't have a Facebook page, don't worry. Just go to facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, and you can get there just the same. So here we are, TGIF, or as I always like to say, TGIF to the 3rd degree, right? Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Florida. What a beautiful week. We've had a cold front coming in through Florida. It means it's in the 60s and 70s all the time. Absolutely gorgeous and delightful to be outside. You know, after every show, I go for a run. And you want to talk about running in the 60s. It's just absolutely wonderful. And the 3rd TGIF is thank God it's finished. The week is finished. And here we are now 2 weeks away from, 1 week away from 2022. So we've been talking this week primarily about the 5 tech trends that we believe will move the real estate market in a significant way. And so if you're a regular listener to the Real Estate Show, you know that we sort of theme each day of the week. Our Monday's on a mission, where we talk about the theme, what we're going to be talking about, sort of the overarching topic of the week. Then on Tuesdays, we talk about the tools, tips, and techniques. That's when we get into the nitty-gritty things that we're doing. And what's special about Tuesdays is that we're talking about things that we are doing in today's market. So it's not theory. It's not something from a textbook of something you used to work back in the 80s from another one of these real estate courses from the last or latest in and out of town guru, but stuff that's actually working and going on. And that's why this particular week, when we're talking about the trends, these are the things that are really important for you to pay attention to, because they are going to be part of your life if you have anything to do with real estate. And P.S., you know what I'm going to say next, right? Everybody is in real estate. You're one of 2 types of people. You're either in real estate. That means that you own a piece of dirt. You own a piece of the American dream, and you are the beneficiary of income from real estate, equity, a buildup from real estate, appreciation from real estate, whether the appreciation comes from the market, whether the equity comes from the systematic pay down of your mortgage, the minimum way, or if you use the automatic landlord method that we talk about throughout the year. And we talk about a lot about that during 2022, because this is the year to make a quantum leap as far as building equity up. And now, so equity gets systematically, forcedly built up through an amortized mortgage. You can't do anything less than that. Otherwise, you're one of the people that is in foreclosure. Or you will additionally build equity through home improvement, in some way bringing the property, upgrading, advancing, or expanding the property, or through, like I said before, the automatic landlord solution when it comes to debt and transforming debt into equity, and therefore equity into assets, assets into freedom. financial freedom. And that's what real estate is really good at doing. Then we talk about the ability to, I was saying you're either in real estate, and those are the benefits that people in real estate, or you're on real estate. That means that you are paying the people in real estate the rent for the place that you live, or you're going to work every day to give your labor, which helps your company to pay the rent at its business location. But one way or another, everybody touches real estate, and there's no way to avoid it. So why not be in real estate and get the benefits of real estate as well, which far outweigh being just on real estate? And if you're in real estate, like I said, where it got to that conversation, these 5 trends that we talked about this week are going to be part and parcel of your daily, if not regular, exposure to real estate. So on Monday, our Mondays on a Mission, we talked about the technology and how technology has been advanced even further because of the whole pandemic, and how that has actually benefited real estate. And so we started off by talking about mortgages getting faster, getting it easier to access. I mean, right now, our clients that we work with right now, and if you're interested in learning more about how we work with clients, getting them the mortgages, the best mortgages, the fastest payoff mortgages, then text the word loan to 561-861-2366. Our clients do the process today, already, entirely paperless, 100% paperless. It starts with sending you an app that you download on your phone. You fill out your application in the comfort of your home. You never have to leave your home or office. You fill out the application. It now will pull in the employment verification. It will pull in the credit information, whatever other documents that we need. It will request. You will upload them with your phone. So you get to use your phone as your fax machine, your scanner. You get to use your phone as your application, and how you can stay in touch with the process as it moves through the various stages. Again, 100% online, paperless, all the way through approval, all the way through the closing. And so loan, text the word loan. If you want to learn more about how to do this, 561-861-2366. And mortgages are getting faster and faster nowadays, thanks to technology and this process. Like I said, the days where you had to set an appointment, drive down to the office, or a loan officer had to drive to your house and go sit for 2 to 3 hours going through the paperwork and the signatures and the questions and so forth. Those days are gone. If you have a loan officer that's still doing that, if you're still driving to the bank to do your loan application, I'm going to tell you that you're still so pre-2020. And now we also talked about the ability to wire and how to get things. So the time frame that used to take 30 to 60 days to do a loan has shrunk down to 45, then to 30. And nowadays, you could actually do a loan start to finish in 14 to 15 days if you do your part and get all the documents in time. So if the bank's not waiting for you, this process can go very quickly from approval in as little as 24 to 48 hours. That's what can happen nowadays. And so that is also very neat. Recently, we've also seen the ability. Oh, by the way, and now that you're putting all these documents available online for the lender, doesn't that help you also to be able to store your documents, to be able to, in fact, with the one of the features, timetofixmycredit.com, another awesome service. So if you feel that you're not ready for a loan application because of credit, visit our site, timetofixmycredit.com, or text the word credit, because we can show you and literally hand walk you through the process that not only it fixes your credit, but what I was just going to say is that you can now put your documents into an online cloud vault, safe and secure, where you can keep all your documents. Next time you apply for a loan, poof, you just go to the vault, take your documents down, and send them forward to whoever needs to do it. Imagine having all of that paperless, instantaneous, much, much faster. And that was one of the trends. So that was our Monday show. We're talking about making mortgages much, much faster. Well, what's the other part that takes a long time in the mortgage process? It's that doggone home appraisal. And home appraisals now are going virtual. And I wanted to give you sort of a glimpse in the future. But first of all, the first step is the lenders and the U.S. housing market permitting, and now recognizing virtual appraisals. And so now you can automate that process as well. And where there's an exception or where there's a more difficult time because of, let's say, less populated areas, more rural areas, that the appraiser used to have to jump in his car, make an appointment with you, drive all the way down to the property, spend an hour or so taking photos and doing a visual of the property. That can be done nowadays with a drone. So an appraiser, think about this. Now let's try to jump a couple of steps ahead, which is what we talked about on Tuesday. An appraiser could have 5 appraisals to do in a day. Maybe he could do 10, because before, if he had to spend 2 hours on every appraisal between drive time and photographing in an 8-hour day, that means 4 appraisals, unless he starts working severe overtime. And I could do double that amount if I could send out a drone to each address, that the drone went over there, measured the property, measured the outline of the house, dropped down, took a front photo, a rear photo, side photo, a roof photo, right? In fact, it could even, with permission, go in and take photos of the inside, but appraisers normally aren't doing that. But here's the thing. Now I could give instructions, have 20 drones going out. Imagine the leverage that would happen for a full-blown appraisal when that technology and the permission, because obviously it has to be acceptable to the lender, is available. Today, we have something called desktop appraisals. And Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA are now accepting desktop appraisals, which means that remote valuations will take place instead of traditional appraisals like what I was just telling you about. So there's no reason an appraiser can't do an appraisal start to finish between gathering all the information. Then I could have a system or bots go out and get the information, the data that I need, have the drones go out get the photos that I need, and be able to, in an appraisal's dream world, sit at his desk while all that's happening. It'd come in and he makes sure, does a quality control, and makes any additional comments that he needs to make as a seasoned, experienced professional appraiser. And so there's big changes coming in that field, mark my words, in 2022. Then on Wednesday, we got into another trend, a really cool one, which we started talking about, the cash offers. And we talked about that on Wednesday, which is normally our midweek report. We go out into the marketplace, talk about different subjects that are going on in the market. And then we started talking about the cash the cash offers. And well, before I get into that one, why don't I go ahead and take a quick break, hear a few words from our sponsors, because this is a big one. In fact, the next 2 big trends, and then I'm going to finish off with the final 5th trend, which we didn't even get to yet in this Friday edition of the Real Estate Show. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, and I'll be right back. So how we doing today in Facebook land? Little happy hour preview for this Friday as we get ready to celebrate the Christmas Eve holidays. I got this new ice maker that can make ice in 8 to 10 minutes. And it makes these bell-shaped ice cubes. So not really ice cubes, but they have the maximum surface area for your beverages. So instant ice, instant cold. It's kind of a cool little Christmas present, isn't it? If I have time, I want to try to share with you guys. Let me ask this question. I would love some feedback, and send it to automaticlandlord.com. Just go there and type in the comments, or you can do it on Facebook. You can instant message me there. But here's the big question. And I got up this morning at 5:30 this morning, and I was asking this question, and I wrote an entire program. How important are your goals in 2022? And we'll have that conversation next week. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on The Real Estate Show, my name is Eric Willner. I am the host here of The Real Estate Show, now going into its 23rd consecutive year. That means for 22 and a half consecutive years, uninterrupted, through good times, through bad times, through the Great Recession, through the Great Pandemic, The Real Estate Show has been a steady source of information for real estate investors, for real estate buyers. And so this week we've been talking about the 5 tech trends going into 2022 that I promise you that you are going to see more and hear more about. And interestingly, I just went over. Now I'm going to jump off and go off on a little bit of a tangent here. But when I was looking at the real estate news 23 minutes ago, according to my computer, remember I said, this week and last week, I was saying something that no one's really talking about out there is the explanation, the real explanation as to why we are having this supply chain disruption on the labor side, right? Before, everyone was saying, well, we've been paying too much unemployment and we have made it a greater incentive to stay home than to go to work. And the government is paying people to be lazy. And I said in the beginning that might have been true, but it's not what I have been seeing in the recent months. And then I went on to say that the spirit of entrepreneurship is not only alive and well in the United States. I think that the pandemic was a vitamin, a massive energy infusion to the spirit of entrepreneurism. And the real reason why contractors, plumbers, electricians, and everybody else, landscapers, you name it, can't get help out there isn't because their employees are sitting at home watching Oprah. It is because the good ones decided to go out into business for themselves. They didn't want to sit around and wait for the pandemic to end to get work. They got off their duff, and the good ones started their own companies. The brand new ones are just coming in, and so sorry, if you want more employees, you're going to have to start training people up. But an even bigger thing is that I have been hearing, and because of new mortgage applications, fearless first-time home buyers that I've been talking to, and when they share with me how they're getting their income, I said, you know what, there's something really strange that I'm hearing over and over again. And maybe strange is not the word, actually exciting. And that is, and now let me read this article that just popped up on CNBC. New startup business. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. New startup business demand will offset at-home pandemic trends. In other words, the people who are forced to shelter in place and These people didn't sit around. They started taking online courses. They went to seminars and Zooms and go-to meetings one after another, and they started learning either a new trade or perfecting one that they knew, and they're out there going into business for themselves. For me, I think that's super exciting, because what, in my opinion, is one of the best at-home virtual entrepreneurial business projects that you can start up. Real estate, right? And so you want to understand why real estate is such a hot commodity, why it is so competitive, even from the investor side, i.e., entrepreneurs. So it's kind of exciting to see that. So that's one of the headlines. We won't go into the depth of the article, but I want you to say that the experts and the economists are starting to sit up and notice that this is not a temporary situation, that as soon as unemployment runs out, which P.S. it already did, this is not something that is caused by the government. This is something that is caused by the spirit of entrepreneurialism, and I'm very excited about that. While I'm on that same page, housing demand remains strong despite rising rates, says Coldwell Banker CEO. Then a little bit later, you see sales of newly built homes tank as affordability hits buyers. So you start to see these conflicting headlines, which tells me that whenever there's conflict and a mismatch of headlines, there's opportunity in their headlines. So we'll come back to that. Now, back to the 5 trends. So we were talking about the cash offers, and this was a big conversation on our Thursday show, the ATM edition, about the money. Cash offers, a new breed of firms, wants to be your rich uncle. And so what we have noticed, and remember, we spent an entire week talking about the iBuyers. Those are the institutional buyers, not the internet buyers, not investor buyers, but the institutional buyers out there, deep pockets. They have been fueling the bidding wars. And as the bidding wars obviously became common, when sellers start weighing multiple offers, they start looking for the cash offers. They tend to favor the sure thing, or the sure aspect of a cash offer. And therefore, these deep pockets saw an opportunity to become, quote unquote, your rich uncle. And we are going to talk more about that and share how you can get that. So that's a big trend coming forward. And if you're a real estate investor and you want to know about that now and not wait for next year when I get into that, then text the word investor. And I'm going to talk to you about how to get a hold of some of that rich uncle money right now. 561-861-2366. Same text number for all of the keywords that I've been giving out, but each keyword generates a different response. So if you want to learn more about investing coming in 2022, if you want to be a successful real estate investor, then text investor to 561-861-2366. So finally, speaking about iBuyers, after a setback are still going strong. Even though Uncle Zillow took a beating, remember, there's Open Door, OfferPad, and we have a list of not less than 30 different other iBuyers, not less than 30. Again, so if you're an investor, text investor to 561-861-2366 if you want to get a head start. And then we're going to merge the conversation with investors with the automatic landlord system. So how you can massively generate passive income. Then that's when you want to text investor to 561-861-2366. Well, the music is coming into my headphones, which means that I'm going to take these headphones off in a couple of seconds. The show is now at a conclusion. I wish everybody a very happy holiday. Whatever you celebrate, I hope it's a great one. We'll be back again on Monday, same place, same time. Don't forget about our Sunday night, 9 p.m. week in review. All of our shows back to back repeated for you right here, same place on Sunday night at 9 p.m. But until Monday, drive safe, drive extra safe, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you. Hey, have a happy holiday, my friend.